Aren't you scared? No, I won't die. Daijobu, I'll be fine. Enjoy your date. I probably could have died. Damn, you have no friends to take a picture for you? I started crying. Man, I keep crying this whole trip. After my solo trip to Japan, a lot of people asked me, weren't you lonely? And to that, I have to say is that I really wasn't. I was alone, but I wasn't lonely. Sure, there were moments I thought it'd be nice if my friends were here, or my parents would love it here. But ultimately, I was happy, enjoying my own company, and finding peace with myself. I was going through it, bro! But it really was just a mix of everything. It got to the point where I thought I didn't deserve my friends, my family, comfort, or happiness. I just felt like I didn't deserve anything. I didn't value myself, and I ended up putting everyone else before me, even if they didn't care. Still, I didn't want to feel sorry for myself, and I decided to bury myself in my work and art while trying to find and accept myself. I still love my art and the work that I do, but drawing and staying cooped up in your room can only get you so far. It felt like I was alive, but I wasn't living. Like nothing I did was ever good enough. Like, I wasn't enough. While I was trying to find myself through my work, I ended up losing myself because all I did was work. I distanced myself from people and put up a wall. I just didn't trust anyone. I kept trying to keep myself together, but there was always something else trying to break it. I wasn't okay, but I tried to tough it out and keep a smile on my face. I thought it'd be nice to run away from my work, from people, and other things in my life. Though, going on this Japan trip wasn't me running away. I was finally taking a step back to look towards myself on what I needed and what I wanted instead of everyone else. And I needed time to look at me. If you haven't watched my previous video before going on my solo traveling journey, I came to Japan with a group of strangers I never met, but we all had the same interest in art. It was scary at first meeting people I never met in a foreign country, but I gained new experiences and met wonderful new friends I would have never met had I not had the courage to take that first step to put myself out there. After I said goodbye to everyone, it was just me alone in Japan for 10 days, and I didn't really know where to go. I was kind of lost! Well, I had a general plan. From Kyoto, my first stop was to go to Hakone, which is known for their onsens, and I absolutely love onsens. My first problem was, well, I didn't know how to get to Hakone entirely. I literally picked an onsen to go to a day before my solo trip started, and I didn't really have a plan. I was just kind of winging it. My friends and my tour guide from the group trip were like, aren't you scared? And I'm like, no, I won't die. Little do they know I would face a gruesome death. No, I'm just joking. I am clearly alive making this video. Anyways, I looked up on Google Maps how to get there. Honestly, if I didn't have Google Maps, I would have been so screwed and probably end up in some corner in Japan, I don't know. I tried to look for the train station, but I immediately got lost because I always relied on the tour guide or my friend. And now I was alone and I had no one to rely on but myself. But that's what makes it so fun. Because you're able to choose the adventure you want to go on and learn more about what you want to do. Of course, you can ask around, but with the language barrier in a foreign country, it was difficult to understand and communicate. On my way towards Hakone, I couldn't find a train station. I asked an officer where to get on the train because it wasn't really listed on the ticket or Google Map. I feel like he must have explained to me too many times to the point he got visibly annoyed, and I'm like, okay, thanks! And I decided to figure it out myself. I managed to put it together like I was a detective trying to put the pieces together in order. Other than that, most people I asked for directions were really sweet. They even took me as far as the station or where I had to go sometimes. It took most of the day trying to get to Hakone, and it got pretty dark by the time I got on the bus. My bus was the last stop, so towards the end, it was just me alone on the bus with the bus driver. Legit looked like some horror movie waiting to happen, bro. I got off and walked super fast to the hotel because it was scary walking alone in the night on the road, and eventually I made it to the hotel. Yay. I maybe want to make a separate video about my onsen experience, so I'll talk about that more in a separate video. But I will tell you that the onsens were so amazing, and I'd love to come back to Hakone and do that again. While I was there, I decided to visit the Hakone Shrine as well. I explored the area, took some more cool pics, and I loved letting myself wander freely while enjoying the moment. The last bus was at 5 p.m, so I went around looking for the bus station, but for some reason, it wasn't the same place when I was dropped off, and even when I went to the area where Google Maps told me to go, it wasn't there. I was looking everywhere, but I couldn't find it. And then, dude, it just starts pouring, and I didn't fine if they knew where the bus station was, but they didn't know where it was either. They even went as far as to looking around with me, but we still couldn't find it. I felt bad, like I was intruding on their date, and I decided to pull a "Daijoubu, I'll be fine, enjoy your date." Aw, chokai. Haha, yeah.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
They wanted to drive me back, but they had so much luggage in the back that I wouldn't even fit. It was sweet of them to offer, but I said I'd be okay. Well, I probably could have died. The drivers here aren't reckless, but the area didn't really have a lot of people walking on these roads. I was working with this! Like, where is the sidewalk, bro? And it was raining too, so the roads were like pretty slippery. I just walked close to the edge of the roads and walked to the other side whenever there was a corner, so if a car turned that corner, I wouldn't get hit by that blind spot. It was pretty scary, but I found some pretty cool areas which were fun to explore. Every time I got lost or ended up somewhere I didn't intend to be at first, I found myself appreciating what was around me. Eventually, I made it back to the onsen, and it was a journey for sure. I wanted to see Mount Fuji, but I didn't have enough time, and I only caught a glimpse of it from the bus on my way to Tokyo! That was my next destination. I took the bus and the train and made it to my new hotel in Tokyo. I got okonomiyaki again around the area, and it was really good. I was really tired, and I ended up taking a nap at the hotel and woke up at night. I wanted to do something, so I decided to go to a club, which, by the way, was a mistake. I'll talk about that in my next video. The next day, I went to a place where all anime lovers dream. Akihabara! Oh my gosh, there was anime stuff everywhere and it was insane! I bought a lot of stuff. But it's cheaper in Japan, so it's okay. I also stumbled on a sus store and I left. That's all I'll say about it. After that, I decided to rest at this cool area with stairs that led up to a shrine. I took some cool pictures. It's funny when I show people my pictures after the trip, they would ask me, "Damn, who took that?" And I'm like, well, it was me and my camera timer. It was awkward sometimes taking pictures. I'll be trying to time the pictures, but sometimes there'll be people trying to walk through. Like sometimes people would come up to me and be like, "Do you want me to take your picture?" Like, damn, do you have no friends to take a picture for you? I'm pretty sure they're not thinking like that, but honestly, I usually end up taking the picture better than the people that offered. Mostly because I know my good angles. Still, it was really difficult taking pictures and vlogging for the first time. I wasn't really sure how to even start. That's why I'm happy to say this video is sponsored by Skillshare. With Skillshare, you can learn how to do so many things, like how to solo travel like I did, animate your art, edit videos, and how to be productive, like working on your focus and attention. Hello? Are you guys listening? Hello? Wake up! I would love to go solo traveling again, but that Japan trip was pretty expensive. So I took a class called Travel the World Even If You Are Broke, and I learned so many different ways to save money and travel for my future solo traveling trip. There's thousands of different classes in countless categories, so there will be something for all of you to try and learn. This month's theme is about reflection. This year, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection on how I want to improve myself as a person and as an artist, and that means learning how to be more organized with my time and how to draw using different skills and programs to improve my art. With Skillshare, I can work on learning and improving myself with someone who has experience in all of those different categories. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Try it out and enjoy learning new skills today. The next day, I went to Shibuya, and I got pork cutlet that you could cook yourself on the stone thing, and it was really good. Also, I walked up the busiest street ever and got to the Pokemon Center. It has this cool Mewtwo tank and this cool city vibe going with this Mewtwo and Mew graffiti. I got this Dratini and a bunch of Pokemon cards and this cute Cloyster? I don't know how to pronounce it. He's just a guy! He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. I took some more pictures around the area and visited the Tokyo Tower. They had this Blue Lock collab going on, and I love Blue Lock so much. Baro's my favorite, and he's an inspiration. Banaki's also really cool, but so is Isagi. I don't really know. Ah! The view of the city at night was beautiful, though. I love the city lights because they look like stars, and each one has someone inside with their own story. After that, I was getting pretty hungry, though, because I kind of forgot to eat while I was exploring all day. So I went to this restaurant at 12 in the morning. I was like, screw it, I'm hungry and I want omurice. There were only like a couple of older men with this one chef. 2 guys were looking at me like, what is this girl doing here at 12 in the morning? I ordered omurice by pointing because I suck at Japanese and waited. While I was waiting, he came back over saying something in Japanese. He was like, something, gyoza? I mean, I like gyoza, yeah. I think he said gyoza. We kind of stared at each other until he gave me a thumbs up and went back to the kitchen. I was confused, but he was really sweet. Then he brought over gyoza, which are dumplings. Oh my gosh! He explained through Google Translate that it was going to take a while to make the omurice and felt bad. But I was like, it's okay! Daijoubu desu! Demo, arigatou gozaimasu! Arigatou! Later on, he brought the omurice and oh my gosh, it was so good. Then he came over again and said something juice? At this point, nodding seemed to lead to good things, and I was like, yes, I would like gyoza. Yes, I would like whatever you just said. Yes, I would like to be kidnapped and locked in your basement to be food. Wait, well, I was eating my omurice and he brought orange juice! I just looked at him like, man, this guy is so sweet! And he doesn't have to do all this! Arigatou gozaimasu! Arigatou gozaimasu! Yeah, daijoubu desu. Literally the most sweetest and most wholesome restaurant experience ever. It's moments like these that make you appreciate the people you meet and their kindness. The next day, I went to another hotel, which was a capsule hotel. The one I went to is just for women. After I dropped my stuff off there, I went to another Pokemon Center, but at the Sky Tree, the tallest tower in Japan. I saw the Rayquaza statue! It's as epic as it looks. Then I explored the mall inside and went to the aquarium there. I really love aquariums and sea creatures. They're so mystical and beautiful. They inspire the creatures I like to draw sometimes. Then, when it was time for the Sky Tree, they were doing this Pokemon collab too! They had Pokemon everywhere! Even I was in it. I just get compared to Liko, the main character in Pokemon, and honestly, I have no objections being a Pokemon anime. I watched this since I was a kid, so yes sir, yes sir! The view was even crazier being so high. They also had Pokemon themed drinks, and I got the Liko drink. I sat eating dinner, looking out into the city, and it was amazing. Then I realized it was getting late and I should head back to the hotel. As I was leaving, I decided to listen to some music and look for my headphones, and well, I couldn't find them. Ah! Bro, I lost my phone in Japan already and my friends helped me find them. Now I lost my headphones? I keep losing my stuff! Ah! I ran back to where I thought I left them, which is where I was taking pictures. I probably set it down and forgot to take them with me. I made it and I couldn't find them anywhere. Man, these were expensive too. I doubt I'll find them. As I was walking back to the station with no hope, I ran into a security guard. Maybe he can help. I did a sumimasen, sumimasen. And then, well, Google translated everything else because I had to explain somehow. Then he told me to follow him to the Lost and Found Center. I didn't even know they had something like that. I really thought I wasn't gonna find it because I definitely was pushing my luck. Even though I helped Colin from the last group trip find his laptop, I'm definitely pushing my luck way too much. Oh yeah, Pink Beat headphones? We have them. Oh! The luck passed on! It was worth going on a 3-4 hour trip all the way back to Osaka, helping Colin find his laptop. Good karma came, let's go! Arigatou gozaimasu! Arigatou gozaimasu! The next day, I went to a Samyoi cafe. I was really excited to go and pet the dogs. But when I went in, all of them were like knocked out on the floor. Like, damn, what in the world happened to them? I tried to sit next to one, but they kind of ignored me and walked away. They were doing it to the other customers too, and the staff tried to encourage them to socialize, but they didn't really care. The staff tried to get a dog to sit next to me for a picture with a lot of treats, but then just walked away immediately after. I didn't really feel like forcing my presence onto the dogs here, so I just sat and watched the other customers try to catch the dog's attention. It seemed like after our session, they were more lively for the next one, so maybe we just came at a bad time. After that, I explored a bit of the city and walked around the park. I ended up just chatting with a friend on the phone there and taking some time to relax. It was nice to just let myself slow down and enjoy the peace and scenery. When it was time to head back, I decided to walk all the way back to my hotel rather than taking a train. It was almost a 2-hour walk. But I just wanted to explore the area. There's something really amazing just allowing yourself to get lost and explore without worry about what other people want or need from you. I found myself in different areas I would have never seen had I rushed back or seen a glimpse into people's lives with their own life and experiences. The next day, I went to Team Labs. It's an interactive museum with beautiful exhibits you won't find anywhere. It's also perfect for taking pictures. My favorite were the ones with the lights and the one that looked like clouds. There's also one with the flower at the end too. We were able to lay there as long as we wanted. I lay there and watched the flowers change from season to season. I must have laid there for a while drying out everyone else until it felt like it was just me in the room. And then I started crying. Man, I keep crying this whole trip. Just watching the flowers just reminded me of how beautiful change can be, even though it's scary too. I found myself just looking back on who I am and the person I became now, despite everything that happened. Seasons change just like people. It can be scary watching yourself change, as well as people around you. Rather than fighting against it, learn to embrace it and learn to love the seasons of your life. Even when things are hard, even when you're not proud of the person you are now, take those feelings and move towards the change you want. You can't change the seasons, you can't change other people, but you can always take the opportunity to change and grow yourself. After that, I had vegan noodles. It was so good, and I went back to the hotel. The next day was the last full day. I decided to do some last minute shopping, and I bought some clothes and these cool shoes, and I walked around just appreciating the last day I had walking around Japan. Going on this trip with no solid plan just made me feel more comfortable just going with the flow of things. It was scary not knowing what the future would hold. After I graduated college, I was terrified of what I would do after. Would I make enough money pursuing art? Am I making the right choices? Am I doing the right thing? This trip made me feel comfortable knowing it's okay to not know everything. It's okay when things don't go your way when you want them to, because when you're lost, you can find things you might have never thought you'd see. You just have to take the time to look around and appreciate who you are and what you have now. Self-love isn't easy. Sometimes I find myself giving into believing I'm not enough and staying in situations that are toxic for me. I'm still working on that. But if you love yourself, you'll fight for yourself, take care of yourself, and do the things you would for people that you care about, because you're a person who deserves love and care too. I felt like I didn't know who I was, and I felt like I didn't deserve anything. Yet I made new friends and reconnected with old ones and I distanced myself from. I felt thankful to have met the people in my life, even the ones who hurt me, because they helped me grow as a person. Now I understand how to treat myself with the love and respect I deserve. I finally felt like I was seeing myself for who I am. I took the time to notice how I smiled when I ate instead of thinking I don't deserve to. I took the time to feel things I was feeling instead of pushing it away. I took the time to let myself be happy instead of thinking I don't deserve that either. I took the time to look at people around me and how they smiled and laughed, instead of looking down because I was focused on how terrible I felt about myself. I felt like I was finally able to see the beauty in the world while allowing myself to be a part of it. Life is beautiful, and you're beautiful too. It was finally time to go back and go on that exhausting flight. Oh my gosh. My dad picked me up and I saw my family and friends again. I didn't realize how much I missed them and appreciated their company. Because I took the time for myself, I was able to bring back stories to share with them and learn more about each other. I love being able to share stories with you guys too through my videos. Then I get to learn more about you guys and what you guys have been through too. I didn't know what to expect from this trip, but I'm happy I took the time to take care of myself and in turn learn more about who I am. I wanted to come back with these newfound feelings and try to be a stronger person. I don't want to give up and let myself be a victim. Even if people say I have every right to, because if I do, I'll only be hurting myself in the end. I choose to get up. I choose where I want to go. I choose to love myself, and I choose to live. I can't always rely on others to make me feel better. I need to be responsible for myself because I'll always be here for me. I can find happiness within myself because I was all I ever needed to start. Just like the flowers and the seasons change, I've changed too. I take the time to slow down and appreciate the world I'm in. I'm not the same girl as I was before, but I love her all the same, because it's those experiences that made me who I am today. I'm proud of her, and I'm proud of me for coming this far. I choose life, I choose happiness, and I choose me. Thank you for watching! Have any of you been on a solo trip before or want to? Where would you want to go? Let me know in the comments! Also, this is another more personal video, but I promise I'm okay and I'm happy right now. And the next video is gonna be a bit more interesting. Yeah, look forward to it. For any of you going through something like this, I hope this helps and I'd love to hear your experiences, but it is more personal, so please don't feel pressured and be kind to people in the comments if they do share. And thank you for the fan art and the birthday wishes, it means a lot. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!